I guess the big thing this week was kind of following the theme of fresh eyes on stuff. The code enforcement interview this week was really cool, knowing that there's, outside of what we're working on and just from the people we've talked to, that there's enough interest on a national, possibly international level in shipping containers that they're going to, they're going to create a baseline, so that helps us to move forward with a little more certainty as far as the regulatory environment, and that is something that we would not have known without our customer interviews. So very, very good piece of information there. It's probably going to save us a lot of money, and if it saves us money, that means it makes us money. Making money is good. I'm really excited as we sort of get through just understanding the process. You know, one of the things Dr. Ford and I talked about early in the process was all of the things, you know, disparate. They sort of seem really simple, and well, why would I do that? And why am I drawing this picture? And what's with this diagram and canvas? But as you sort of see how all of those things talk to each other, it makes way more sense. So a minimum viable product and a mock-up, and then understanding your business model canvas and how those things talk to each other, and how they connect to your business and how they make your business make money is really cool to sort of see how all those things come together. And then they have real life applications. So we're not just, we put together a business model canvas and a product fit, and we're talking about these things, and no, we're actually talking to people, and those people are giving us ideas that can make us profit. We're not just operating in theory anymore. I'm really excited as I watch this stuff go from theory to practice to profit.
This week was not as productive as I expected. I had some technology challenges with the technology I had chosen to use, and by Tuesday night I ditched that, so I'm starting with a whole new technology stack, which I think is going to be much more productive and useful in the long term. So this week was a wash. From a technical perspective, I wasted a lot of time. I was up to 2 a.m. trying to debug why something was not working, and then I realized it wasn't me, it was them. They blew up a release, so that polluted my code, so that was not good. On the good side, I hired a developer, a former colleague of mine at my previous job, and that's going to help me tremendously, because I need to get out of trying to build the code while at the same time I conducting interviews with customers, while at the same time I'm looking for investors, and at the same time I'm trying to create all of the marketing materials, and it's not working. So and on the other side I got an unexpected financial windfall that's going to extend my runway. So I'm going to use that extra money that came in unexpectedly to pay for the software developer. So lots of lessons learned this week, and not much progress, unfortunately, but that's the way life is. Thank you.
Okay, this past week, my students collected some fantastic data from potential users of my product, of the two-way speaker system. And I learned some things from their data. One, that I thought my target market was more the younger generation that like new gadgets and that type of thing. But the data that we've collected so far, that the students have collected so far in interviews that they have done, have indicated that the market may be more the older generation that has more experience with situations where they could use that type of technology, either going through the drive-thrus or with safety considerations. So that has caused me to rethink some, maybe what my target market should be, or what the overall marketing strategy should be. So I'm looking forward to working with the students as we go forward to incorporate some of these things that we've learned into our future presentations. So at this point, now that we actually have the patent and we're starting to get some data, I'm looking forward to putting together a good presentation to move this process forward and actually get some investors in the product.